Apparently, we're through the worst portion of the stormy weather surrounding the Obamacare website. From what I've been reading, people can now use it. Up to 50,000 people simultaneously can log on and actually find out about their health care on the ACA website. So that's certainly good news for fans of Obamacare, fans of the president, but there's also other good news. The New York Times is reporting that the government is expected to spend billions of dollars less than originally projected on the law, and this is due to a combination of factors, including the expansion of Medicare, or Medicaid I should say, which everybody knew leading up to this would reduce costs, but the Republicans just continue to say it will increase costs, it will lower quality of care and things like that. No, in fact, it is actually lowering costs. Also, the subsidies to the private health insurance companies are going to cost less than expected, and because of the poor economy over the past couple of years, overall health spending has been lower than it was expected when the bill was originally passed. And so for all these reasons, we will actually be saving billions. And according to the CBO recently, another report just this last week, the ACA is already going to cut into the deficit. This is just going to be good news on top of that good news.
So the Republicans, I've told you, they do this trick, right? Every time they're in office, they spend like drunk sailors because they want to improve their economy. Extra spending improves the economy. And then they come out and they're like, look at how good we are with the economy. So we're Republicans. We know what to do with money, right? And every time they're out of office, they're like, oh, the goddamn deficit. And it's been like 2.5 days and they haven't done a goddamn thing about it, right? And what do Democrats do? They dutifully, they cut the deficit, they balance the budget. Clinton did it, Obama now. By the way, don't forget, day one of Obama's administration, $1.3 trillion deficit left by the Republicans and George W. Bush, okay?
But don't you like the trick that they all like to do? They try to give that to Obama.
Immediately.
Yeah, like that was his budget.
No, that's why I get so mad at the press. I am mad at you, okay? Because on day 4, they were like, they forgot that there was a president for 8 years that was a Republican. They're like, Obama's $1.3 trillion. How is it Obama's? How is it Obama's? Look, Obama's got 128 problems, right? But this ain't one. I mixed up the numbers there.
Yeah.
Okay, but so in this case, again, he's lowering the deficit.
So the media has always been really good at allowing Republicans to change the narrative of the story. And with the Affordable Care Act, what always drove me crazy is allow it to come into effect in its entirety, and then we can do a real analysis of what's going to happen. So one story that just pops up in my head is a story that we did about employers not cutting the amount of full-time employees they have as a result of the Affordable Care Act. That was one huge criticism that Republicans had, and it turns out that that didn't even happen, right? In fact, if you look at the data, they're hiring just as many full-time employees as they are part-time employees.
What?
And that's the way it works, yeah. But one thing that I should keep in mind is because there are still parts of the Affordable Care Act that need to come into effect. The part about employers having to provide coverage to their employees has been delayed for another year. So it could make that come into effect, but you have to wait and see. I don't like that you have Republicans claiming one thing and then the media just reports on it without doing any fact checking, without even mentioning that, hey, you know what, this hasn't even come into effect, so we don't know yet.
Well, actually, really fast, I'm glad that you brought that up, because for the past month we've been suffering under the only thing the Republicans want to talk about is the problems with the website, making it out as if that's the biggest problem in the world. But now that problem is gone, the website seems to work, but they're not going to back off. In fact, they're going to double down. We have a mashup of GOP representatives attacking Obamacare. Let's watch that now.
The President's health care law continues to wreak havoc on American families.
The Obama administration tried to hide another unilateral one-year delay of Obamacare.
Those who are familiar with the health care law are significantly more likely to oppose it than those who are not.
This year, they're sitting around the table thinking, what do we do for Christmas?
Parents are trying to pick up second and even third jobs.
Cancellation notice for their insurance.
Hide the one-year delay of the business mandate.
They just got the cost of what the insurance is going to be next year.
The website problems.
Anyone who's ever gone through identity theft knows it is a bad situation.
Back end of the website.
Uncertainty over a broken health care law.
Why you continue to hide things.
Tried to hide for years that millions of Americans would lose the coverage.
It hurts business. It hurts small business.
And they shouldn't have to.
This is not something that is helping Americans.
That's why Republicans continue to fight to have a patient-driven health care system.
This bill is fundamentally flawed.
And more broken promises from this administration.
One has to ask, what else are they hiding?
I never advocate for the federal government to be Santa Claus, but I didn't want us to be the Grinch either.
Fundamentally flawed law.
Kay Granger is so worried, in fact, about Americans having to take 2 or possibly even 3 jobs that she's personally sponsoring a raise in the minimum wage. I'm sure.
Yes, of course, that's around the corner. But to Anna's point earlier, look, the reason why they go nuts before the law is implemented is because they know they're lying.
Yep.
They know that once the law gets implemented, look, it's not going to be all rainbows and unicorns, but a lot of it is good. As we're finding out, a lot of people saying, Jesus, man, I'm only paying half of what I used to pay. This is pretty damn good. That's why they can't wait. They have to fire all torpedoes, all missiles, before it gets implemented, so there's a chance that people will believe their lies. Look at this stuff. And you give them a shred, like the website didn't want to, like, oh my God, the website is the fucking Grinch. It's destroyed America.
they never
We
have
dug too far, the
solutions or
bell rug
answers.
has been released.
So Jim, don't they? So again, they're being just dumb because it seems to me they're being dumb again.
Really? You think so? Why?
Well, because the website did get fixed. They made it sound like the website then it got fixed. Oh shit! You didn't think they would fix the website? Do you know what I mean? So now
and
they're.
I'll tell you why. So that's a great question, Jimmy, because you're right. Because you think, like, wait a minute, at some point it's going to get fixed. I mean,
Yeah.
I know website developers generally suck. Yeah, I said it. Whoever you're out there, yeah, okay, we've had trouble. Okay. Anyway, but that's not the thing. What they're trying to do is damage the brand. So like, Democrats are incompetent, Obama's incompetent, he's a failure, he's a failure. For as long as they say that, even if it gets fixed later, what'll stick is 3 months of like failure, incompetent, can't deliver. And so they think, check, mission accomplished.
Okay.
Yeah, it's easy.